Alright, so this is the Dress for Success seminar that CVCC has put on. I'm Zachary Campbell, a student ambassador here at the college, and here we will talk about stuff that will help you, give you a one-up or a one-up on other people that may not know these tips that can really give you a great first impression to someone else. So the question that a lot of people will ask is, why should I dress for success? Why should I dress up? Well, first impressions are critical. They're the number one thing. They said within the first 7 seconds or 8 seconds of you talking to someone, they've already judged you. Now, I know that we shouldn't judge. It's not nice to judge, but the fact is that a lot of us do. And we always want it to be a positive judgment put on us. So by wearing appropriate attire, we will already be miles ahead of someone else. And the second part is you are marketing yourself. Whenever you go out and look for a job, whenever you're in the workplace or anything like that, or whenever you're out in the world in general, you're always marketing yourself. You always want to make yourself marketable to possible employers or possible business ventures, because you never know who you may come in contact with during the day. Third, like I said, you are judged by what you wear. It's not a great thing, but you know, we all do it. And the fourth thing, like I said, it gives you a competitive edge and a positive first impression. So what is proper attire? Well, what I always say is, if you're looking for proper attire, no matter what you're doing, if it's in the workplace or if it's in an education format or anything like that, conservative is the best route to go. Conservative never goes out of style. Conservative is easy to find. And it's easy to look nice wearing conservative clothing. And if you're going in for a job interview and you don't necessarily know what to wear, if you have the conservative mindset in, you can go and investigate that prospective employer by calling their HR office or visiting the company's office when you go pick up an application and just simply looking around and seeing what everyone else is wearing. By judging what everyone else is wearing, you can then get a good mindset of what you need to wear towards the for the interview. And lastly, it's always better to overdress than underdress. If you're going in for a fast food job, you still want to look nice. You still want to have a button-up shirt, nice slacks, something like that, because it shows that you actually care about the job that you're applying to. How do I shop? Well, you have all these, tips that I've given you. How do you go and get the clothing? Well, first thing, you should always have at least 2 sets of professional attire. That way, if you have 2 interviews lined up back to back over consecutive days, you don't have to worry about going and cleaning your old suit if you happen to get a little sweaty or something like that. You can just put on a new one. Second thing, when you're shopping, designer attire is not required. They actually say not to have many designer clothing, because it may look as if you don't need the job because you can afford all these nice clothes. Thirdly, shop your closet first. You will not believe how many people go out and spend all this money on new clothing when they could have just put something together with stuff that they already have at home. The best clothing is free clothing. And if you have nice clothing at home, put something together. Go online, look for ideas of how colors match and what will pop and everything like that. Fourth, if you do have to go shop at multiple stores. You're going to want to look for sales and specials. You don't have to buy everything from one store. You can go and you can shop, and if you buy something and then find something at another store, you can go and return it. It's, you are the one that's buying this stuff. You need to get the best bang for your buck. And lastly, like I said, conservative never goes out of style. Here are some expert tips for everyone, regardless of gender. When you are dressing yourself, you always want to make sure you have clean and polished dress shoes, preferably black or brown. Blue sometimes, depending on what you're wearing, but black and brown are always safe bets. You want to make sure your hair is properly maintained. You want it to be clean, you don't want it to be messy, you want it to be combed. You don't want it to be smelly, anything like that. Same thing goes with fingernails. When you sit down at a desk, 9 times out of 10, they're going to see your fingers. And if you've got nasty, grimy fingers, they might not think that you take the proper hygiene measures. Fourth thing, no visible body piercings. If you're a guy, I would say take out all piercings, because it just, it depends on what you're applying for, but 9 times out of 10, no piercings are better than some piercings. And then once you get the job, then maybe you can start, seeing, oh, if this guy's wearing an earring, maybe I can wear an earring. But when going in for an interview, no piercings is the best route. For women, you're going to want to have very conservative earrings. You don't want the big hoops or anything like that. You're going to want something that's nice and neat and clean. You're going to want to have well-brushed teeth. I can't tell you how many employers I've talked to that said that the worst thing that they hate when interviewing someone is bad breath. When you're getting ready to go into some place, chew a piece of gum, or have a mint or something and spit it out before you go into the interview, because bad breath, it ruins it. Along with the gum and candy, like I said, make sure you spit it out before you go into the interview. You don't want to go into the interview with anything in your mouth. And lastly, no body odor. If you have good hygiene, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff, but just make sure that you get that deodorant on in the morning. Okay, now this is for women. As a guy, I will say that I got this from the internet. I don't necessarily know what all women wear, but I can say that what I've seen in the professional workplace, this goes along right with it. Your best bet is a dark navy or wool, or gray wool, or a black pantsuit. I think that is one of the most affirmative things that women can wear. When somebody walks in a nice pantsuit, you know they mean business. Beige or brown, you can also wear. Red is a power color. If you're going in for something and you're going to be the boss, you're going to be top dog, you want to get some attention, wear red, you'll get it. Second choice, if you don't have a pantsuit, a blazer with a blouse and a skirt will work. You can do that, but just from my personal experience and my opinions, I think that you look better and more, I don't know, I guess you seem like you're more in charge when you wear pants. It's, I don't know, that's just my opinion. If you do wear a blazer with a blouse and a skirt, make sure that you have the blouse is a lighter color. White is always great, a cream color, something like that. And the skirt should be below the knee, never above the knee. And if you're going to wear high heels, make sure they're low heels. Yeah. Remember, you're going for a job, not out to the club. Continued for women, makeup should be minimal. Don't throw on a lot of makeup. Natural beauty is the best beauty. Don't throw on a lot of makeup. Same thing with lipstick. You don't need those big, luscious red lips. Conservative is better. They're hiring you, not your makeup. If you're going to wear pantyhose, make sure they're flawless. Don't have any runs in them. It looks bad. Don't wear excessive perfume, because again, they're hiring you, not your smell. And briefcase over purse makes you look more professional. Here are some examples of women attire. As you can see, I have examples of both skirts and dresses and pantsuits. My personal preference is pantsuits. I see more CEOs wear pantsuits than skirts. For the men, same thing. Color scheme is basically the same thing. Dark navy, gray two-piece suit. I shy away from black. I think that black suits can easily look like you're going to a funeral if you don't do it properly. If you wear a dark navy, I think that's the best looking suit out there. Gray if you don't have it. Make sure that you have a white button-down shirt. You're going to want a button-down dress shirt, and make sure that the collar, the cuff of the shirt comes about a 1/2 inch past the sleeve of the jacket. You're going to want a silk tie that goes well with the colors of your suit. It accents your suit, and then you're going to want polished dress shoes. And if you're going to wear a black suit, do not wear brown shoes. If you're going to wear a blue suit, you can wear black, blue, or brown shoes for that matter. I think that a brown shoe, a dark brown shoe, goes really nice with a blue suit. If the company is more informal, you go into the place and you see that people are kind of wearing what I'm wearing, more casual type stuff. You can do the same thing. You can wear a sports coat. You can wear nice slacks with a accent sports coat. Again, with the white button-down shirt and conservative silk tie and dress shoes. And when you wear a belt, which you should always wear a belt, make sure it matches your shoes. Don't ever wear brown shoes and a black belt or vice versa. It looks bad. Dress tips continued. Facial hair, I would say that if you have a lot of it, trim it back. I say no facial hair is better than some facial hair. The beard's in right now, so like if the place is a little bit more lenient on what people wear, maybe go in with a nicely trimmed beard, but if you're going for a professional job, shave it. They don't want it. Remove all jewelry. Like I said, no piercings, no tongue rings or earrings or nothing. You can wear your wedding band or a ring on your finger, your class ring like I'm doing, and a watch. I think that looks best. One ring and a watch looks best. And do not wear excessive cologne. Same thing goes back with odor. They don't want you to stink because of odor, and they don't want you to stink because of cologne. Let you do all the talking, not your cologne. Here are some examples of attire. The first three are what I would call business attire. The last one down on the end is what I would call a casual attire. You have the accented sports coat with a light blue shirt and an accenting tie. The first three, you've got a black suit, looks like a navy, and then a gray suit. You can go with the normal suit or a double-breasted, depending on how you like it. If you like a double-breasted, you can, but the safe bet is always just a normal suit jacket, and make sure it fits. Make sure that the rim of the jacket does not hang off your shoulders. Make sure that when you reach out, it doesn't shoot up your arm. And again, make sure that the cuff of your shirt comes down below, about a ½ inch below your jacket. Oh, and they have, I don't think that the pocket, I don't think a pocket square is necessary. You can, but it's kind of more prom-ish than business. You don't really need that. I think that's more than what you need. So I've given you all these tips now. I've given you tips on how to shop and what to wear and stuff like that. Where do you shop? Well, from a man's point of view, I would say always shop your, well, for any point of view, always shop your closet first. As I said, save money. You never know how many interviews you're going to have to go through. Don't spend all your money on one piece, because you might have a second interview and you don't want to wear the same thing that you wore to the first interview to the second interview of the same company. Shop around at department stores, online. You can find some great deals online. And like I said, if it doesn't fit, you can always take it back. And then also, don't rule out consignment shops. There are some very nice consignment shops nowadays that carry very nice attire that is up to date with what is fashion nowadays, and you'll get it at substantial discounts. It'll be gently used, and it's great stuff. Some of my personal favorites in the area, you got Macy's, Belk, Brooke Brothers, J. Crew, Joseph A. Bank, Plato's Closet, consignment shop. Great consignment shop. I get stuff from there, and local boutiques. You can never go wrong with shopping local. And here are my final remarks. If you take away anything from this presentation, take away what I have listed here. Check attire. This is the probably most important thing that I'll say in this presentation. Check attire in the restroom before you go into the interview. Go in, look at yourself in the mirror, fix your tie, make sure everything fits right. Make sure you have no stains or anything like that. Make sure you have nothing in your teeth. Always carry around a bottle of water or something like that in your car so you can wash your mouth out, anything like that. Carry around a pack of gum so you'll have minty fresh breath when you go in. Dress conservatively. I've said it probably 10 times in this presentation. This is what is considered conservative, what I have on right now. It's very casual, but it's conservative, and it looks nice. It's easy to do. It's not expensive clothing I'm wearing right now. It's easy to wear, it's easy to do, and anybody can pull it off. And you can buy it and wear it 10 years later down the road, and it'll still be in fashion, because it never goes out of style. Shop smart. That goes for what you wear and what you buy, just do everything smartly, intelligently. Don't spend a lot of money on clothes. You don't need it. Once you get the job, then you can spend all the money on clothes. Shop smart. Minimal cologne or perfume. Like I said, you want to go into an interview. They want to see you before they smell you. Don't let your cologne or perfume talk for you. And lastly, market yourself. No matter what I've said in this entire presentation, no matter what you wear, you're the potential hire, not your clothes. Your clothes are an accent to you. They are not you. Your clothes don't speak for you. They're going to look at what you bring to the table, not just what you wear. So while it is nice to wear nice things, and it is great, you should always do that when you go into an interview. If you don't necessarily have the means to wear the nicest things, don't be pressured or don't be offset, because they've already brought you in. If you've got an interview, they've already looked at your resume and they already like you for what you are. You don't need to go out and spend all this money if you don't have it. You want to go in and just be calm and collective and just do as best as you can. Don't worry if you don't have the nicest clothes or the latest design or whatever, it's because I can tell you from my experience, I worked at 2 large engineering firms and interned at 2 large engineering firms, and I can say that what people wear is just normal stuff. You don't need to go out and do all this extra grand stuff. It's not necessary, because they're hiring you, not what you wear, not what you bring. So here's my contact info. Again, I'm Zachary. Zach, you can call me. I'm a student ambassador here at your college, and here's my email. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. And we can talk afterwards. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the presentation and come back for more help shops. Thanks.